Hi guys, welcome back. Episode 5.7. Remember, the umbrella for episode 5 is lies slash misleading of the jury. So basically people that got on the stand and lied and or attempted to mislead the jury to believe certain things. So we are going down various witnesses and their lies. Who we have come to next. This is going to be a lengthy one, guys, but it's really good. This one's really interesting. So we have here FBI Violent Crime Task Force Sergeant Lance Sullivan. Lance Sullivan was one of the individuals who reviewed all the footage that was taken from various different places where they pieced together where they thought that Bolanos walked all night long. Now, this is super interesting because this guy, again, FBI sergeant, right? Supposed to be tracking Bolanos, supposed to be tracking only Bolanos. He was very confident that he was only tracking Bolanos. But was he? All right, let's take a look and let's just get right into it. Let's see what he did. And again, this one's going to be a little bit lengthy, but it's well worth it. It's really good. It's a good catch, according to him. Those are his words that he used. So let's take a look and see what happened here.
Now, you indicated that you tracked Mr. Jackson Bolanos, I guess, past this Gordon's food place, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, would it be fair to say that this is Rivard Street?
No, sir. It's Woodbridge.
Oh, it's Woodbridge? Okay.
Yes,
And you indicated that, from your observation, that this is Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct?
the totality of this, yes.
Okay. The green circle is on Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Was there anybody else in the area who fit the description of Mr. Jackson Bolanos at this particular time?
The overall description, the walk, what I was tracking, no.
Okay. Does this person appear to have different apparel on than Mr. Jackson Bolanos?
Different apparel, no.
Yes, okay. So you're confident this is Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct?
Pretty comfortable tracking, yes.
Is it pretty comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you'd agree that this is what you believe to be the same individual, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you would agree that this is the building that's depicted in the center of the screen at the top is 2987 Franklin Street.
Thought it was Woodbridge, but that might be Franklin Street.
It could be Franklin Street.
They
Okay.
run parallel to each other.
Okay. So if I say this is Franklin Street, would you have any reason to doubt that?
No, I believe you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is approximately 2:53 in the AM, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as far as you know, this particular time is even as far as being calibrated to real time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this individual is walking towards what appears to be a parking lot?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey guys, I just found.
And this parking lot is behind the building, correct? And at 2:54, would it be fair to say that the person walks out of the view of the camera.
Yes.
Okay. And then at 2:54 and 20 seconds, this is an entirely different street. It was McDougal, correct?
This is at the corner of
Right,
the
but
street.
if they walk behind the building, which is on Franklin. McDougal would be the next street over, correct?
Next street to the east, yes.
Okay, and this is McDougal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying that this individual who was walking down Franklin was able to walk behind through the parking lot and then appear on McDougal within 20 seconds?
I didn't say he went behind the building. He could have come right back out onto the street and continued east.
Okay, but okay.
20 seconds could have easily appeared.
If you were to see an aerial view of this particular building he walked behind in relationship to Franklin and McDougal, would you recognize it?
Yes.
Okay. Take this off. Pause that real quick. Sorry, bear with me. I'm trying to find. And I'm going to show, if the, Mr. Elsie, would you like to take a look at this? Would I like to show people, defense proposed exhibit 7. And I don't believe there's any objection to publishing? Okay. And may I publish? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, you would agree that this is an aerial shot of Franklin and McDougal when they intersect, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the red dot, which is depicted on this screen, would you agree that that is 2987 Franklin?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if an individual is walking south on Franklin and they appear on McDougal, if they go into that parking lot, which was depicted on the video, would you agree that they would have to walk east through the parking lot and then turn south to get on McDougal?
Yes.
Okay. So, in the video, we saw the individual walk towards, I guess, Woodbridge, correct?
Originally when it turned off on Joseph.
Right, walking from Franklin, when they go into the parking lot would be, if they walk toward the parking lot, their body would be facing towards Woodbridge Street, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then in order to get to McDougal, they would have to make a right when they get to the corner of the building, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it is your opinion that this person walked from Franklin to McDougal behind the building and was able to be depicted walking south on McDougal within 20 seconds?
No, well, obviously, looking at that overview, that instead of that Woodbridge Street, that we're actually on Franklin. So that was one street off.
You said that the video is depicted of which now? Of which street?
Franklin Street.
Franklin.
And I had put Woodbridge, which parallels it.
Okay.
Looking at that parking lot.
Okay. And if we can go back to People's Exhibit, I believe 77. Oops. Get that off for a second. Oh, 78, I'm sorry. People's Exhibit 78. And this is walking south on McDougal, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So let's just go back just a little bit, just so we can have an understanding. You would agree that this is Franklin, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And at 2:53, 2:54, the person goes out of camera view, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that'll be behind that building, walking towards Woodbridge. Their body would be orientated towards Woodbridge. You would agree to that, correct?
Yes, so McDougal would be right here at the end of this building.
Okay. And then 20 seconds later, the person is walking south on McDougal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure this same person?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let me say this. Yeah, I'm very comfortable saying that.
You're very
I'm
comfortable?
saying the whole 20 seconds, because we don't know what happened between there. Could be somebody sprinting, walking.
Oh, so you're saying it's possible that a person could have sprinted all the way through the rear of this building and then appeared walking south on McDougal, correct? That's what you're saying?
No, I guess we lose them in that area. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what was done.
Is it possible that you were tracking the wrong person?
No, I'm very comfortable with that.
Okay. And I'm about to show People's Exhibit number 74. This is People's Exhibit 74, which is a video from, I believe it's 2760 East Jefferson. You familiar with this video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll speed it up a little bit. You would agree that this is not Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you would agree that this individual is walking towards Franklin Street, the individual we just saw, correct? You would agree that Franklin Street is perpendicular to this particular area?
It's south of that location.
Okay.
He's walking towards Joseph Campo.
Would you agree that the next street over from where the direction this individual was walking would be Franklin Street?
No, it'd be Joseph Campo. It's right here. It's a north-south street. He would have, at the end of this building is Joseph Campo.
And you would agree the last individual had on all black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
For the record, you're playing at what time here on this?
At this is 3:54 as of right now. And you're
Video.
on the video, which correlates to 2:50 in the AM, 2:50 and 54 seconds.
I just want to make sure the record's clear what you're showing.
Absolutely. And you would agree that Mr. Jackson Bolanos took the same path as this other individual who was dressed very similar, correct?
Through the parking lot, yes.
Yes, okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you stated the part you played earlier with the other person.
And I'll just go back for the record.
Most people are too lazy.
The other individual was first seen at 2:41 on exhibit number 74. It's 2:41 on the actual video, which correlates with 2:49 and 41 seconds in the AM.
Just want to make sure it's clear on the record what
Absolutely.
the video that we're showing.
So if we go back to exhibit 78, you're saying that you're fairly confident that this individual we see right now is Mr. Jackson Bolanos and not the first individual who was wearing all black that we saw walking through the parking lot of Gordon. That's what you're saying?
Actually, in looking at it, it does appear to be
A different person.
It does appear that they would be a pair. I think in my report I wrote Mr. Jackson walked down Woodbridge, this being Franklin Street.
But you didn't testify to that, though, right? During direct examination, you didn't tell the jury that you wrote that in your report that, in fact, Mr. Jackson Bolanos was on another street. Matter of fact, you told the jury that's your understanding or your belief that that was Mr. Jackson Bolanos, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I just pointed out. I just realized that.
You just realized it?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Could there be some other things that you may have missed in your investigation?
I'm human, but I certainly don't think so.
But you wouldn't think of this until I brought it to your attention, correct?
No, that was a great catch. Like I say, he's probably on the next block paralleling him. That is there in my fault.
Okay, because a question was asked of you during direct. Did anybody in this area fit the description of Mr. Jackson Bolanos? And you said no, correct?
I wouldn't consider that the description.
If you wouldn't consider that description, but yet you thought it was him?
Yes. So there was
I'm sorry.
If I can explain?
No.
No?
You just said that you wouldn't consider that the description, but you testified, and in your mind, you figured that that was Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct? Yes or no?
Through the process, yes.
So when you made that conclusion in your mind, it was based upon what you saw. You had to observe things first, correct?
Totality.
Okay. Yes?
Yes.
You had to analyze what you saw, correct?
Correct.
You had to think about it, maybe even speak to other people about what you saw, correct?
I did, yes.
And after all of those different steps, you came to a conclusion that it was Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And not only that, you came and told the jury that this was your feeling and your belief that, in fact, this guy was Mr. Jackson Bolanos, correct?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, once again, it's possible that you could have made another mistake on your observation of what you saw or what you believed you saw, correct?
Anything's possible. But
Anything's possible.
I don't believe it, yeah.
Okay. Let's go back.
Anything is possible? Great catch? Sir, you are an FBI sergeant. We are in the middle of a homicide investigation, a trial, not an investigation. You already allegedly did this investigation where you were tracking the wrong person because evidently this guy just thought that, everybody looks alike, I guess. But he got on the stand and he misled the jury. He very confidently said that that was Bolanos when that was not Bolanos. Like, there's clear video of a guy walking in front of Bolanos. He said no one else met the description, but now all of a sudden he gets on the stand and he's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess it's the same clothes or it's similar looking clothes, but it's different. Like, it's different now. No, if that wasn't brought to your attention, you would have 100% fed to this jury that that was Bolanos when none of that made sense. None of that made sense. The street he was on, how it would take just a few seconds to get from one spot to another. Guys, this is an FBI agent testifying at a homicide trial where the state is going up and using these people and they got all this evidence, right? And they're saying that all of this evidence is clear and convincing evidence of this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. Y'all, this is crazy. So I know this video was a little bit long, but again, that was the purpose of that. So moving right along. Let's see where we end up next.